When did you first get into music?
Mhm. Um, like as a listener or as like a musician?
Um, Actually, what's your earliest memory of music just in general? Like, what was the first song you heard or band you heard and you were like, "Oh, shoot,
Whoa.
this is different."
I would say I gotta credit everything to my older brother Lensley. We would listen to music on our PlayStation Portable, and he would LimeWire all the songs, and that's how I was able to listen to music.
Yeah.
With my Skull Candy headphones from Ross. But um, man, I would say Panic at the Disco, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. That whole album is my earliest time of music when I kind of like, whoa, this is freaking sick. And I was
Uh,
watching their live in Denver performance with Ryan Ross and like the rest of the band. And
uh,
man, yeah, I was like, these guys are so cool. Uh, like, and gee, this guy can sing, Brendan Urie.
oh yeah.
And we didn't know this was like what MySpace days. I
Mhm.
didn't know how big like Panic at the Disco was, or
Would
if
end
other
up
people
being
knew
too.
them. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And yeah, I was in elementary school, and I was like, dude, this guy's a rock star.
Uh,
I'm talking about Ryan Ross, because he's a big influence, to my older brother, at the time, and
okay.
yeah.
Sort of just followed suit. What was the first track that you listened to from the album that you remember distinctly?
Camisado by Panic, yeah.
Alrighty. Was it when you first listened to Panic, did you immediately have dreams of like becoming like a musician, or was it just like, no, this is just a whole new world that I'm curious
Yeah,
about?
yeah. It was the live in it was the live in Denver show, and it
Mm,
was like that looks super fun. That looks super cool. Um,
yeah.
and I never thought about it like this until now. Like you just asked me, and yeah, that's the
Mm,
first thing that popped up in my head.
sweet. I like that, man. Is your brother, I'm sorry, forgive me. What's your older brother's name?
His name is Lensley.
Lensley. Okay. Is he a musician as well?
No, we went to Philippines one summer, and we were
Mm,
at a mall, and then he saw a guitar, and it was a super cheap whatever copy of a Stratocaster. And he bought it. Our parents bought it,
mm.
and we tried learning, and we were just more like to look cool, standing in the mirror, pretending we knew
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
play the songs, and we would just like air guitar with a real guitar.
Air guitar, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but at the time we had like a whole full rock band set, so we would like play rock band together, and like
Oh,
yeah,
sick. Okay.
dude, that
Yeah, 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 do
that
the whole thing,
was
the
like
drums, the mic,
set
and
up
all
a whole
that.
stage. Yeah, yeah, it felt like a whole
Yeah.
stage. We had a mic stand with the USB mic that never tracked right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with was it with Rock Band, what is it? I think 9 in the Afternoon was the Panic song that was on that, right? If
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah, yeah.
mistaken.
And
Yeah.
we bought the DLC. We bought the DLC songs, and it's
Nice,
not just
nice.
Panic. Then I wanted to say that my brother introduced me to like metalcore and like actual
Okay.
metal
Yeah.
music. The earliest thing I can think of is like listening to like At the Gates, Atreyu. Um, One of the biggest ones is The Devil Wears Prada,
Mm.
and
Okay.
that's like a pretty monumental band for me. Not
Mm.
like not because I like oh I love them so much and I listen to them every day, but the like a couple of their songs, Punk Goes Crunk, shout out for those who know that song,
Mm.
is like kind of like my intro to metalcore.
All right. Nice, dude. So at the time, how old were you when you guys got the guitar in the Philippines?
Wow. I think I was like 11 or 12. But
Okay,
we
so
never played
right
that guitar.
around
It was a piece of crap. We didn't even have an app.
it was oh, you didn't have an app. So it was literally just you guys air guitaring on a real guitar, like you said, right, in front of the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sick. Okay. When did you start actually playing music?
My freshman year, or no, I take that back. Probably my seventh or eighth grade.
Oh, okay.
We went to Philippines again, and I begged for an acoustic guitar.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, my parents almost didn't buy me an acoustic guitar, and they thought because they were like, "We bought you a guitar, you never learned it." I was like, "That's Leslie's
Yeah.
own. I want my own." And
Yeah.
uh,
I want, yeah. Do you remember the brand of the guitar?
it was a FV Stevens. It was like I think it was a made in China, local Philippine sold brand though.
All right. Well, I mean, it sounds like humble beginnings for sure. Did you take any lessons though, or no?
Yeah. No, no. I just was learning like Metallica songs like everybody else. And
Uh-huh.
then I found Breaking Benjamin, and then they were like very riff heavy and like drop
Uh-huh.
tuning, and that's how I discovered drop tuning. And I would be playing Breaking Benjamin songs on an acoustic guitar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sick, dude. I mean, I I don't play guitar nearly as well as you do. I think I've owned like one electric guitar in my life, but it was like a knockoff. Actually, it might have actually been a Fender like beginner starter kit from I think it was like Kmart or something, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken. I got it like when I was in I think middle
Or like
school. Yeah, it
like a
had like the
Squire or something
guitar
like
that
that.
something like that. Yeah, yeah. So, it was a black and white one, but um how did you how did you get into actually learning? Like would you just listen by ear or would you watch like YouTube videos?
Oh, Ultimate Guitar,
Ultimate
like
Guitar, shout out Ultimate
Ultimate
Guitar.
Guitar grew
Yeah.
up half the guitarists in the world. Yeah.
Mhm.
Songster, like just looking up tabs because I didn't know what notes were.
Yeah.
Yeah, just and then couldn't figure things out by ear. I would listen to like just even a super simple part, and I cannot
Mhm.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's there was a book, but I never read it. I'm not really good at reading. Um, or I I take that back. I can read,
Not a
but I just
not
don't
don't
read.
enjoy it
Like
as
I don't
much.
choose to read. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
choose to read.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there was a book. It had some chord shapes, and then I was able to learn chord shapes, I guess. But all of it's just
Okay.
learning my favorite songs. And they just so
Mhm.
happen to be like kind of difficult.
Yeah. Do you have one
So it's like
song in
through a
particular? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, 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 no. Go on, go on.
No, I was just gonna ask, is there like a particular song that once you learned how to play it, you were like, oh, I'm on a new level of being a guitarist. Do you know what I mean?
That wouldn't be until like um my maybe late sophomore year because my from my freshman I mean when I got my first guitar to
Mhm.
my freshman year, so like seventh, eighth grade, I was learning songs on an acoustic guitar. And
Mhm.
then I had a story that I posted about like this my LTD EC50 and
Yeah.
my EC1000, which is
Mhm.
that guitar over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Um I had a story. I put it on my story. I don't know if you saw it, but it was like, on my eighth grade summer.
Your
Um,
dad, right?
yeah, during my eighth grade summer, my dad helped me, or asked him to buy an electric guitar, and then knowing the hard working man he is, was like, okay, follow me to a job, and
Yeah.
because he did like private bathroom remodelings, and yeah,
Okay.
he made me mix what's called thin set and grouted tiles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And after a couple weeks of helping him with that, he bought me a guitar and an amp.
Sick, dude. That's awesome. And that was your first electric guitar, right?
Yeah, so from there, yeah, and so I started playing electric guitar in freshman year, and everyone
Mhm.
that went to Sanchez knows that I brought that thing every single day until senior year.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
Nice.
brought my electric
How
guitar over.
often?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's sick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, no, no. Go on.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask, how often would you play? Was it like an everyday thing, or at least in the beginning, was it
Yeah,
with the acoustic stuff?
no. During high school, from the moment I wake up, I would play guitar before getting ready to go to work.
Uh-huh.
Um, I mean, work. Oh shoot, sorry, you know,
School,
that
yeah.
sucks.
Nah, you're good.
School,
You're
yeah,
good.
school. Yeah. I would play guitar before going to school, then bring my guitar to school and play it during school. And when
Mhm,
we're in class, obviously I wouldn't play it. And
mhm.
then during lunch break, I would play my guitar again. And then when I go home, oh, guess what I'm doing? I'm playing guitar. So
Yeah.
it's like, man, I was playing a lot of Xbox and stuff like that. Um,
Mhm.
but after getting a guitar, I kind of stopped. I slowed down playing video games. But I still talk to all my
Yeah.
friends and watch them play games.
Yeah. And then they watch you play guitar. So
Yeah,
kind
the
of
will
works
and see.
out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Solid, dude. So guitar was your first instrument then, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And then, so looking at your stuff, I'd mentioned, I kind of went down the rabbit hole. I checked out your YouTube. But you play, from my understanding, was it bass, guitar, drums, you sing, you scream, you produce music, right? Is there
I would
anything you don't play?
I I do not play drums. I just know how to boots and cats on drums.
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
Um,
gotcha.
yeah, yeah. I was just LARPing as a drummer in that one video.
Oh, okay.
Just made a
Gotcha,
simple
gotcha.
beat. I do not know how to play keys at all, and I don't know the names of a keyboard. And
Mhm.
I think as a producer, keyboard is kind of like a really, really important thing to learn how to
It's
play.
like a staple. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because there's times where like, dude, I need some layers or some stuff. And so the way I would do it, acoustic or, a guitar on me, and like I would press the G note. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, that's a G, and then look up the keyboard on Google Images. Okay, that's my G. Put in the DAW, and then
Yeah,
oh, what does this chord have? Um, G. Then I go to another note. Oh my God, this
mm,
is C. And then I would build
yeah,
a
and you're sort of,
chord on the acoustic guitar. Then I would like look up the notes on the keyboard and like put it in the DAW, and it takes forever.
yeah, you're essentially transcribing the notes on the guitar onto the piano, DIY style, it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
sick, dude.
It takes too
Nice.
long. It takes too long. But now I have a keyboard player or pianist in
Mm.
my band, so it's good.
Works out, yeah. And I imagine you guys have a drummer too then?
Right now I'm just programming the drums.
Oh, sick, dude. Okay. You
Yeah.
mentioned earlier that you sort of are there helping out a bunch of different bands and stuff, right? Um, are you
Yeah,
mainly
yeah.
doing like any particular like role? Like, is it all just like guitar, or are you doing a bunch of different things for different bands?
Um so right now I just like I've been off of it for a bit, so but I play guitar for Crush. I used to play bass, but I moved over
Mm.
to like not lead guitar, but me and Ethan would switch between lead parts because he's a great guitar player. Um But yeah, we would trade parts like, oh, I'll get the solo in this song, you get the solo in this song. But yeah, for Crush, I'm a guitarist. And then for my new band, you're gonna get it right here. I've never released the name of my band, and we're soft launching it today, I guess for now.
Oh, sick.
But
Yes,
I
let's
started a
do
new
it.
band called yeah, I started a band called Start from Zero. I don't know if that name's cool or not. Let's go see the
I
very
like it.
first reaction from Joe.
I
It's
no,
good. What do you?
I think yeah, no, for sure, dude. Start from zero.
Yeah, yeah, um,
Sick.
yeah. There's a story behind it, but it's kind of time sensitive right now, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. And
Okay,
then
gotcha.
maybe when we do this interview another time in the future, it'll be
Yeah.
less sensitive. But it
After the
involves
official
each one of our
release
band
of
members.
sick.
Yeah. So each one of
Nice.
our, I'm just gonna say though, each one of our band members are kind of like starting a new life. Since we all met each other.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
yeah, I think it's fitting.
Yeah.
But so the music, it's we have a couple songs written. I think we have 5 tracks, and if we include all our covers that we're working on, because we like to do covers too, but like make it our own and like reinvent songs or do we like to do mashups. Yeah, we like to mash up songs in like a cool creative style. And I
Hmm.
should have showed you all of them before we started this, because, or maybe we could take a break and then I'll just send you the tracks and so you have some more context.
Oh, heck
But
yeah.
um, we have like 5 songs written, and we're
Hmm.
trying to do maybe an 8 to 10 song album. Just so we're just coming out the fence swinging,
Hmm. Yeah.
and it's
What
just 3 members right now.
what type of music? Is it rock as well?
Yeah, man, it's interesting because we have a song that's kind of like Dance Gavin Dance. It's very
Mm.
bouncy,
Yeah.
super intricate on the bass. And then we have another song called Neck of the Bottle. So the we have a bouncy song called Houston We Have a Problem, and I wrote the instrumentals for the whole song, and my friend Verge helped me arrange the structure of it. And then
Hmm.
my vocalist Tahini, she wrote all the lyrics just randomly one day, and it's like, whoa, it's perfect. And
Nice.
yeah, the this band has like great chemistry because just we all just add something to it.
Hmm.
And we're all kind of powerhouses in our own ways. And yeah, I wouldn't have
Nice.
another band with other people right now. Um,
Yeah.
that being said, that's Houston We Have a Problem. I'll send you that. I'll send you that song. And Neck of the Bottle, it's more of like an ambient metalcore, not metalcore, because Tahini does like the Haley Williams thing.
Hmm.
And she has good range. And then we have some ambient clean guitar stuff and chugs to it. So there's like a huge contrast between like a nice crispy clean female vocal and then like
Hmm.
super drop tune chugs in the background. So it's like a huge contrast.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
But
And
I think I would describe it as like, just like kind of in the vein of like early 2000s um pop punk mixed with like pop goes punk mixed with like metalcore.
sick, sick.
So
Do
maybe
you
just
guys
post
have
hardcore.
yeah, do you guys have a specific band that you guys draw influence from, or is it just a variety of like 2000s like pop punk to like the metalcore stuff?
I can only speak for myself because we do like all of us just listen to music together a lot. We all hang out. Like we've been hanging
Mhm.
out since I moved, just as friends and not as a band.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've been hanging out with like just each other, just as friends, since I moved, and
Yeah.
we've all just like listened to music and like do just all anytime we're home. But we're all into like super wide ranges of music. I think my friends are probably like they know more music than me. But I
Mm.
just listen to like like kind of niche songs. But
Yeah.
for inspiration, yeah, you could say like a lot of the staple early 2000s stuff, but for Verge, I know for sure he gets a lot of influence from like Pierce the Veil.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, that's one of
Nice.
his like all-time favorite bands. I don't know about Tahini. She is in Smile. She does vocals for Smiles Davis. She
Okay.
covers for Shannon when she can't sing, and she's good
Mhm.
friends with another great guitarist that you should interview, Vincent Cruz. Um,
It's increased.
yeah, great guitarist. But yeah, so she does the R&B thing a lot, and you could hear it in some of the songs when I send it over.
Mhm. Nice.
Um,
So it's three of you
yeah,
guys. It's you, Tahini, and Verge, right?
yeah.
Okay. Sick. How did you guys all meet?
I met Verge in middle school, and we
Okay.
haven't been friends since. We kind of hung out, and I knew of him, but we didn't know we were into music um or during that time.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't remember if he was nice to me or not, but water under the bridge.
Yeah,
But
that's neither here nor
um
there. Yeah.
yeah, so but after middle school, I went to Sanchez. I think he went to Okudu. I could be wrong,
Mm.
but
Okay.
um So we disconnected from there. I've never seen him since until I got into the local music scene like almost 3 years ago. And I did sounds for a show and it ended up being Core One. And then he's like, "Whoa, this is Jeremy. I remember you." And
Mhm.
yeah, and nobody,
That kid
was
I
like,
was
"Oh,
nice
Jeremy
to.
was into music like that." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody expected like, "Oh, he's into music and he can actually play." And because I picked it up after I left all those people.
Mm. Yeah, you'd mentioned earlier off camera that you were doing sounds for a lot of bands and nobody knew that you were this like hell of a musician, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I started out doing like sounds for bar gigs and my friend Chris Bolus, that I went to high school with, him and my boy
Mhm.
Ken Oriola. He's in the States right now, but he's my partner in crime. And they opened a bar in Tumon called Melting Point, and then they needed help doing sounds. Um, and then so I started doing that. Bar gig sounds, just whenever they had live bands. And then I met
Mhm.
FJ, FJ Chargloff. He is in Pop Rocks and Soda, and
Mm.
they do a lot of the music that I listen to. So I
Mhm.
obviously gravitated towards them, and then started hanging out with them. And then FJ found out that I could scream, so anytime he he's at a gig or a show or anything like that, he's like, and I walk in the room, he's like, he already gives me a look like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you, dog." And
Come on
yeah.
stage real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So just like it kind of like everything just happened the way it did, and I'm glad it did. And um so FJ, yeah, introduced me to the scene, and then I started doing sound for the local scene, for the culture. And
Mhm.
um yeah, I met Core One, and then I reconnected with a lot of old friends that were into music, and I didn't know they were into music. They didn't know I was into music.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything just went from there.
Nice. So, what year was the initial like doing the sound for the guys at the bar and stuff? Melting Point, is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah. What year was that? Maybe 2022, 2021?
Oh, so this
No,
is
no, no.
like,
It has to be later, man.
but
I
definitely post
honestly don't
COVID then.
remember.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's post COVID. Because before COVID, I stopped playing guitar for years.
What
Right
for?
after high school. After high school, I joined the Army National Guard. And then I shipped out, and did all the training, whatever. Sorry, I don't make that my personality, but
No, you're good, dude.
yeah,
Well, thank you for your service, brother.
um,
Appreciate you.
no, 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 hardly, hardly. Um, but yeah, I went and focused on a career in the National Guard.
Mhm.
Um, and I didn't have a lot of time to play guitar. Focus on like I was doing like comms and IT and stuff.
Mhm.
Then I started working at the Guard. Uh, but I started out doing F&B and
Hmm.
was a server. Hated every minute of it. Hated that job.
Yeah.
Yeah, hated that stuff. But so I got my chance to do IT, and then from there I got like certifications and worked. I got a lot of experience from being a SatCom guy, and
Yeah.
now I do cybersecurity as a day
Oh,
job.
sick.
That's how I fund all of my music. Yeah,
Oh, dude. That is
so I
that is
do, yeah,
super sweet.
cybersecurity. Yeah, this is
Nice.
man, the music will not fund itself on Guam, unfortunately. So I have to
Yeah.
supplement everything through my own job. And gotta
Yeah.
be an
Yeah.
adult, still
Yeah.
gotta live life and make ends meet, right?
Mhm. Yeah, well,
And
that's that that I
the
think is the
music just
independent
helps
side.
me do some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But
Sick.
yeah, it all came down to being in the guard and like my past relationship.
Mhm.
I took a lot of time, and I wasn't able to play guitar much. And then during COVID time, I started buying guitars again. But I had this one, was it? This
Mhm.
one, which is my favorite guitar, one of my favorites. And I had that one, and I was able to pick up playing again. So I was pretty rusty.
Nice.
But yeah, I just
Mhm.
like to jam and play every day.
Sick. So really coming back to the roots of, wake up before work, just shred and hang out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, because of all the live music stuff, I
Mhm.
reignited everything. And man, yeah, watching all the local bands,
Mhm.
play shows and like I was like, man, dude, I could low key throw ass better than some of these guys. Like, and it's not just that's why I love my boy Verge, dude. Like, man,
Uh-huh.
he can throw ass on stage, dude. Like,
Yeah.
and I can't wait for our first show because when I know when we're like playing some of our heavier songs, like we can go crazy and it's gonna be
Hell yeah.
fun.
Yeah. I gotta admit though, I'm not cool and I don't know terms, but I imagine throwing ass on stage is a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, no.
Okay.
It's like
Cool, cool.
guitar spins and like freaking
Oh,
kicks and
sick.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
You're
cool,
there to
cool.
watch a show, dude. You're not
Yeah,
there to
yeah.
just watch,
Just sit
stand
down and
still,
yeah,
look at his
yeah.
feet.
No, I got you.
Yeah,
Okay, so you guys are very high energy and just moving and grooving.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That is a good
Yeah,
way to describe it. High energy. It's
I
kind of
like it.
like
I
you
like it.
mixed like a white monster with like, I don't know, Mr. Brown coffee and something.
Dude, yeah, it's definitely going to be high energy and get your adrenaline pumping. Um, Solid. Well, I learned a new thing today, which is good. Throwing ass. So I hope this episode we throw ass while we're speaking. I don't know if I use that right, but anyways, so
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay,
sir.
so we're doing the bar stuff for the sounds. You meet FJ. FJ realizes, dude, this guy can scream. This guy's more than just a sound guy. He starts calling you on stage when he needs you. And then when did you start, I guess, playing for bands? Like, how did that all start coming up?
I know exactly when this was, but not the date. But I was
Mhm,
doing sounds for Crush at a Lime event venue, and then I just threw it out there. I was like, hey, dude, if you guys need, because I just saw that they had one guitarist and their bassist,
mhm,
Kane and Ethan, and yeah, I was just like, oh, dude, I can play bass low key. And then
mhm,
as a kind of as a joke, and then like either Ethan or Gio reached out to me like, "Yo, are you for real?" Like, and this was like I think a
mhm.
couple days or a week later. I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I'll give it a try." And yeah, so Crush is the first one I started gigging with, and because of those gigs, I met her brother Kyle, um, and he was like, "Dude, I'm into the rock stuff too, but would you be interested in playing reggae?" I was like, "Dude, I
Oh,
do
okay.
not even really listen to reggae, but I'm kind of down." Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I play in the Resistance too, as a bass player, but I moved on to guitar too. But
Mhm,
as a co-writer for Kyle, because we have he wanted to transform the song to like a more like rock centered roots reggae
mhm,
sound.
mhm,
So yeah, that was kind of like the first original band that I joined. Um, and then Crush was uh yeah, the cover band and the gig stuff, playing the fun songs that we like. And
yeah.
but from there, like I told Gio, like, dude, let's go write an original, dude. Like, come on. Like
Mhm,
this was before she had her Colorado trip. And
mhm,
yeah,
mhm,
we wrote a song like just a couple days, recorded it. I'm not really super, super proud of it right now because yeah, that was like my first time really writing a song start to finish. I always had ideas and never finished
mhm.
them. And I'm pretty sure everyone has something like that in their life that they can correlate that
Yeah,
to.
for sure. For sure. I think it's one of those things where, it's anytime you create something in the beginning, it's gonna be shit, it's gonna suck. I can attest to that from the podcast. Not the guests that I've had on, but just my way of sort of talking, having conversations and stuff. There were definitely moments where when I'm editing them, I'm like, I don't like this. I think this is I'm garbage. I think it's bad. But then as I've sort of put in more and more time doing it, it feels a little bit more natural and it feels just more like a conversation. And yeah, so I imagine songwriting is
Yeah.
nothing different, you know?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, every
Um,
photographer has like 1,000 photos that's not uploaded, or a painter has
mhm.
100 canvases that aren't on a wall.
Yeah, yeah. Not every painting makes it into the gallery. Not every photo, makes it
Yeah, yeah.
makes it to the gallery either. So solid. All right, so Crush, we got the Resistance, and then were you playing for any other bands or like more seriously, or were you just more
I
kind of
would
like fill
cover,
in?
yeah, fill in for like Pop Rocks and Soda when they needed a bassist, but you know, sometimes I didn't
Yeah.
have time to learn the songs, and then I'll be like on stage, like, oh shit, dude, I do not know this song. Um,
Yeah. Well, that's a
and
skill in
you
and of
know, but
itself,
they
I
would call
imagine.
me sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, it's like cortisol maxing, dude. That's a skill. It's like
Yeah.
stressing
I was
yourself
gonna
out,
say I was gonna say improv,
not doing
but
your
yeah,
homework.
the cortisol.
Yeah, dude, it's the same feeling like, oh shoot, I got science class next period and fucking I forgot we had
Yeah.
homework. Same feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Just send it. It's gonna go how it goes, and hopefully it's good. Solid.
Yeah, but yeah, I would play bass for Pop Rocks and Soda. I think I'm gonna
Hmm.
start playing bass for Nulo once in a while too, when Kevin Richards is unavailable.
Okay.
Because Sam asked me to, their drummer Sam, and he's also my roommate too. So I have two roommates,
Oh,
Virgilio,
sick.
which is my guitarist, yeah, and then Sam's a drummer. So we're kind of like a music house here, and it's like the most fun thing ever.
Oh, sick. Yeah, yeah. That's awesome,
But
man. It's good that
yeah,
you're
but
surrounding
yeah,
yourself with people that are, yeah, it's good that you're surrounding yourself with people that are not only in the same, like, I guess, industry, but it sounds like these guys are like-minded people as well. You know what I mean?
Y- yeah. I think all of us are. I knew Verge since middle school, and then Verge knew Sam since middle school, and
Mhm.
I think yeah, we knew of each other too for a while, but yeah, we started hanging out since my kind of like my day one into the local music scene, and you know, my boys got my back. They're so loyal to me, and they're good to me,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what I need in my life, man. But anyways,
Nice,
going
dude.
back to what we were talking about, where where was I getting at with this?
No, you're
I do
good.
not,
You're good.
I
So,
don't know.
no, I was just gonna ask you. So we have all these bands that you're not only filling in for, but you're a part of. And then, when did you guys form your current band? Start from zero. Was it just this year?
Yeah, um, April.
Damn, dude, that is
Yeah, I think in
such a new
April.
band. All right.
Yeah, yeah, April. I met Tahini through like Instagram.
Mhm.
I just saw like she plays for Smiles Davis, and then she's cool with my friend RJ again. He's a drummer for multiple many bands, but notably Fat Tofu. Um,
Mm.
so he's their drummer, and uh, you know, he brings me out to tour and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, this, yeah, if they're cool. She can
Yeah.
sing, so I just started following her just to see more of her stuff.
Mhm.
And she posted on her story, doing like vocal layers of like "Here We Go Again" by Paramore, and I was like, "Yo, this I fucking love this
Mm.
song." And I reached out and was like, "Yo, let me add some screams on this." And then she was like,
Mhm.
"Super down." And then I ended up like, "Yo, I'm just gonna record an instrumental for it." And then she's like, "Oh shit, okay." And then
We'll
I
do a
started
full on
recording
cover.
the full song. Yeah. I started recording the full song, and then I was like, man, this is too close to the original. And then I started adding a 7 string guitar part to it and making it
Mm.
chuggy, and like, yeah, I made it kind of like a more post hardcore version of it,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
wrote a guitar solo for it, and then yeah, kind of rewrote the song in using the same chords, but in a way that I would have written it.
Yeah, I
Um,
I saw
and
that
then you
actually
know, people
recently.
received
That
it pretty well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that. And so so that's Tahini in that video singing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sick. Well,
So
she's
yeah, that's how
amazing.
we kind
Yeah.
of met. Like, yeah, dude, she's super good. So yeah, we never met at all before then, and then
Hmm.
yeah, I just sent her the track, and I was like, she sent her vocal stems, but I was kind
Hmm.
of like, yo, can you kind of come over and re-record this? Because I want to
Re-record
record it
everything.
more cleanly. Yeah. So I wanted to re-record everything.
Yeah.
And she said yeah, so she came out to the studio. And then we recorded the track, and then yeah, we got to meet in person. And then from there, like a good friendship formed. And
Nice.
um yeah, a good friendship formed. And then I always had Verge was on standby because he was like waiting for me to do my music. And we
Uh-huh.
kind of didn't have members, and not everybody that we asked was on board. Um, so we decided to do it. Even without her, we were like, yeah, we're gonna do this year anyways. And then when I
Uh-huh.
showed Verge the video, it's like, bro, check this out, dude. Check this vocalist out. She's super freaking good. And then he was
Uh-huh.
like, who the fuck is this girl? What the fuck? Where's she been hiding? And
Where'd
then,
she come from?
but this guy doesn't have Instagram, right? He doesn't, huh?
Yeah. No, it's
She
one of
lives
those
in
things of
Cali.
like, where did she come from? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I just added her. Yeah, where does she come
Yeah.
from? And then Verge is from Talbago, so we're all even.
That was sick.
But
Nice.
yeah. So how do I say this? Like we, yeah, we formed a friendship, and then we just started a band group chat. And then we
Uh-huh.
low-key started like messaging the group chat every day, and it was like kind of like not just business, and we were all just became like super close friends. And that's why like now we're all under one same house.
Yeah.
Besides Teeny, obviously she's a girl, so that's kind of weird. So
Yeah, I
um
got you. I got you. Yeah. Well,
yeah,
dude,
uh, but yeah,
that's all super sick. It's cool because all of this happens so organically. It sounds like, nothing feels
yeah, no,
forced
I think
or
if there's this thing called manifestation and fate and things
uh
happening for a reason,
huh.
I think all of us can kind of like live through that and um accept that that really does
Yeah.
happen. Because man, once we say something like in my friend group, once we say something, it kind of comes like to fruition or just some freak way it happens,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh
No,
shoot, oh no, our band's gonna get
we're gonna be
viral, our band's gonna get
super rich and
famous, yeah,
famous and successful.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's gonna reach their dreams. Oh no,
Yeah, just an
yeah, we always make that
accidental
joke.
like speak it into manifestation or manifest, I mean. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. But
That's
yeah, this
sick.
band, I think it's good stuff. It's the best stuff I've ever written. And
Uh-huh.
from what I've shown some of my friends that I hold close, their opinions close, they say
Uh-huh.
like this is probably it. Like this is it.
Sick, dude. Sick. Um, I'd mentioned this to you earlier, before we started recording, but my dream growing up was always to be a musician. I wanted to be a rock star. And I remember my MySpace name was Punk Rocker Star. It was something I thought was cool, and I put it on all my notebooks for school, Punk Rocker Star and stuff like that. One of my buddies still gives me crap about it, but regardless, I think everything you're doing is super cool. I'm such a fan. In the short time I've gotten to know you, and
Thank you.
yeah, for sure. But it's cool to know sort of the inner workings of what it's like to be a musician, and not just a guy who does like one thing, but you do essentially everything. So that's super cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so
But
yeah, there's that on the music side, and then
mhm,
like yeah, I do have a lot of hobbies, and they're like
mhm.
expensive hobbies. I kind
Yeah.
of
What
wish
are
I
one of those
didn't.
hobbies?
I'm into competition shooting.
Competition shooting, you said?
Yeah.
Well, damn, dude. All right. How did we get into that? Was that anything from the army or?
Yeah, because my friends who got into it, and then it's kind of a side hobby that I have put down for like the past 2 years to focus on the music. But I met a
Hmm.
lot of great people through competition shooting too. And
Sick.
notably, a shout out to Guam Club. We're a nonprofit organization that like gets to send people out off island to shoot. Like, yeah, I
Oh,
fuck with all the
nice.
nonprofits dude out there because they're
Yeah.
all doing like great work, God's work. You know,
Hell yeah.
um, yeah.
Sick.
This Guam Club, and then another nonprofit that should get some recognition is Guam Skate Network.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah.
doing good things for Guam too. Maybe you should interview Terrence or Clayton because yeah, those guys,
Dude,
man, they have
if you
stories to tell.
know, hell yeah, dude, if you know anybody who you'd recommend, send them my way. You mentioned with Verge, he doesn't have an Instagram. I haven't had a social
Yeah,
media account for years. I just recently started it when I started the podcast, and have been sort of on and off of it. But I don't know people. I'm not like a cool dude that like knows a bunch of guys or a bunch of people. So if you know somebody, Guam Skate Network or wherever, send them my way. Introduce us, link us up, and I'd be down to have anybody, man.
yeah, for sure. Because yeah, there's I don't know a lot of people like intimately, but
Mhm.
the people that I do know, like I like to surround myself with people that do great things.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, right on. Have you competed with as far as like the competition shooting? Have you competed just like more locally, or have you gone off island to do that?
Just locally. And I'm more of because I'm on the board of directors for this nonprofit.
Oh, damn.
As a secretary for Guam Club. So
Hmm.
sometimes I would show up to a match and not shoot. I would just like help out, do the scoring or, setting up the
Mm.
targets or doing the lane,
Mhm.
the stage changes. Yeah, more of like a supporting
Yeah.
role. So I like to support, I guess,
Yeah.
through music or like, all my other hobbies. It's like wherever I can do something, I'll just help out.
Yeah. It's the love of the craft, love of the game. And it sounds like what you used to do in the music scene of being like the sound guy. You're sort of doing that, the equivalent of that in the shooting world, right?
Yeah, but I honestly haven't like been that committed to that side anymore. But
Hmm.
it's just that
Okay.
my good friends are the ones running it, so I'll still talk to them, still talk to them
Sick.
about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, but my full focus is on my music. Um, yeah, because it's all I've ever wanted to do as a kid.
Hmm.
Growing up, a teenager that's very emo and always in his feelings and has bad times with girls and you know you
I can
listen to
relate
you
for
listen
sure.
to yeah dude yeah everybody does, right? So you have a
Yeah.
bad relationship and then you listen to like the most like sad emo song ever and then it's just like oh my God it's like
Yeah, you got
ethereal
to be
but
in your feels
it's sad but
sometimes. I
at the
mean,
same time like yeah you're feeling something dude.
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I will say I used to have that, but with my wife, shout out to Jazz, my wife, definitely don't have that anymore. We just kind of hang out and listen to music and are in our feelings together because sometimes it's hard being an adult, going
Yeah,
to work, paying
yeah
bills
dude.
sometimes. But yeah, no, so I was going to ask you, your studio. I know you just recently moved, right? When we first connected, you were
Yeah,
kind of in that transition period. Um,
yes.
are you starting to get set up now at the new place?
Yeah, I just got my computer up and I was able to play my electric guitar through my monitors and because I
Oh
just
yeah.
use a pedal. I do have an amp here, but
Hmm.
everything's all digital nowadays and um as long as it sounds good, it sounds good. There's a lot of purists out there that's like, oh, real amps or digital sound doesn't sound good or other way
Hmm.
around. But I own a real tube amp and I own like a it's on the floor here, but I
Hmm.
own a quad cortex, so um, I know both worlds, and it's just as long as yeah, the music you make is good. It doesn't kind of really doesn't matter what you use.
Hmm.
Just make good music. There's I
Yeah.
used to be a purist and like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need this to sound good, but it's more like I was masking my lack of skill and just buying
Uh,
better gear. So I've been
Uh-huh.
started embracing since then, to just, focus on the music you're writing instead of focusing on what you're using to use to write it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can have the nicest, it's the same with the podcast. There are, you know, hundreds of dollars worth of microphones out there, setups and stuff. And you can have the nicest, most polished microphone, but if you got nothing to say, it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah. But then to a certain extent, it does matter afterwards. Like after the thing
Mm,
is worth putting the
yeah.
extra mile into, then that's
Hmm.
when gear really matters. And that's why like a lot of our greatest, most favorite artists are on like, multi-million dollar studios with like
Mm,
microphones that cost like $20,000 and things like
yeah.
that. But that world is just like another league. But
Hmm.
that's why it does matter. And, um, these big studios wouldn't be doing what they're doing if it didn't matter. So, you know, that's kind of
Gotcha.
like a hierarchy to things, like where do
Yeah.
your priorities lie? And that kind of
Yeah.
apply to a lot of things in life.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I think it's
It's
more
like
so than
make
what
sure
my
it's
my
worth
point
investing
was.
in you and you invest into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. A good example of this was a few years ago, I got into rucking. If you want to, we're talking kind of military-esque
Yeah,
stuff, right? So I got into
yeah.
rucking a few years ago, and it was just real like DIY style, just a old backpack, books, weights, towels, things of that nature. And then started doing it more. And there's this company called Go Ruck. They do real
Oh yeah, yeah, I know
nice,
them.
fancy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so they have like really nice gear, and I've always wanted. But I told myself, well, do it for like a few years. And if you like after a few years, if you're still rucking and it's not just like a phase, right? Then invest in it. And then this year, it's been, yeah, like about 3 years now since I've been doing it. Um, they had a sale, so that was nice. But I ended up getting myself one and game changer for sure.
Yeah. Do you ruck on the road or do you go on like hikes?
Both. So the
Mhm.
hiking, it's kind of hard because I'm lazy to go like out and like drive somewhere. And so
Yeah.
where I stay in Oregon, so it's super walk friendly. It's super, there's a lot of trails and stuff. And so I'll just start from like my apartment and then go walk, miles and miles to like a park and then just come back. So kind of a mix of both.
Do you own a pair of
Yeah.
Solomons?
I don't even know what that is. What are Solomons?
Okay. Those are like super, super cool performative boots, but that's the gearhead in me talking,
Oh
but
no,
yeah.
yeah,
I
no,
would
no, no.
look into them for hiking.
Hell yeah. No, I'm more of the as far as like footwear and stuff, I'm a big proponent of like barefoot shoes. Not the like five finger
Okay.
like
Yeah.
Vibrams that from
Yeah.
back in the day. They got some newer ones that they look like regular shoes. There's a brand called Vivo Barefoot. Again, they are more like up there, kind of higher end stuff, but I've had a pair of them for like 4 years now, ever since I've been out of the States, and I wear them every day. I wear them for rucking.
Yeah.
I got into running a few years ago, so I'll wear my running shoes if I'm going for a longer one, just because barefoot shoes aren't really good for that. But the Solomons, I'll
Yeah.
check those out.
Yeah, they're great for like when I do like outdoors year range stuff or,
Mm,
you know, um, hiking where there's a
yeah.
lot of clay. Yeah,
Oh,
they're
okay.
great
Yeah.
shoes and they have good tennis shoes.
Sick.
But
I will check those
I
out.
am not
Yeah.
endorsing this ad actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it helps, can you like you were saying, right? Like at a certain point, the gear does start to matter. Like I said, it's been a few
Yeah.
years since I've been doing it, and right now I think it's great with just the ruck. But my goal this year is to go on kind of a longer ruck. I think the most I've done is probably like 7, 8 miles. But I do want to go for
Oh, nice.
more longer, like 15,
12
20
milers.
milers. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm also into running, so it does help
Yeah, I
the
used to
fact that I
ruck
like to run.
when I was in the guard.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
I used to ruck when I was in the guard from like we would park in Anderson Air Force Base gas station and then one of
Mhm.
us would drive us to the mall, Micronesia Mall, It would ruck from the Micronesian Mall to Anderson Air Force Base, and
Yeah,
then we
yeah,
would get in our car and then drop ourselves back to the cars. But that one, I don't know how long that is, but that one kind of sucked.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get that. I
But
think
yeah,
it's different too, like on Guam, because
but
it's the there's not really sidewalks. The shorter lanes aren't the most walk friendly, so it does get a little
yeah, yeah,
dangerous.
that was a struggle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But going back
s-
to like higher end stuff,
mhm.
I think that life's too short to enjoy shitty things and like buy the things you want to buy. But
Yeah,
I'm not saying being financially irresponsible, but life's too good to not enjoy the nicer things.
that's true. That's true. I will say since I've gotten the Go Ruck rucksack, not only has it been a game changer in terms of just the comfort with rucking, but it's one of those things where I'm like, wow, I should have done this sooner, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good, like,
Um,
yeah, going for a walk and clear your mind.
mhm.
Exercise is kind of like I wish, they kind of went like more how to say they urge people to be healthy and like make healthier choices back
Uh-huh.
home, but everybody's like, oh, can of spam and corned beef fried rice is super good. And like, no, it's
I
yeah,
mean,
it's addicting to
yeah,
eat.
it
Your body's
hits.
telling you it's
Yeah.
good, but it's really bad for you.
Yeah,
Because
there's, I
I
mean,
just went on like a weight loss journey within the past
uh,
couple months. I kind of lost like 30 pounds eating right and going to the gym.
yeah. Solid, dude. Well, there you go. It's definitely harder when, you're trying to kind of go against the grain in a sense. Just like you grew up on
Yeah,
Guam
yeah.
and stuff, and a lot of it is, spam, corned beef. It's got to be oxen palm, by the way, not Libby's. No offense to
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
who
no,
liked
no.
Libby's. Um, there you go. And then,
Check on your friends that eat Lily's.
yeah. My family, we grew up eating kind of a mix of both, but I like the way the oxen palm is. It's kind of chunky, it's oily, kind of deal. Libby's for me is
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't want to bad mouth it because my family still likes it, so it is what it is. Um, Nonetheless, though, so let's kind of
The
let's kind of pivot.
the funny
Yeah, yeah. Oh god.
the funny thing about like, you interviewed Gio and like when me and Gio hang out, we just talk about cooking because yeah, I love to cook too. But
Oh, sick.
yeah, we talked about food all the time. It's hilarious
Yeah.
that we're talking about food now. Just
Food here. Yeah, yeah.
anyways, let's go on with
Solid.
the show.
No, you're good. You're good. Well, one day I do hope to have like the end goal for this is to sort of have this like full on studio where I can have like in person stuff, and sort
Yeah,
of similar to like the Hot Ones, style where they're like doing something while talking.
yeah,
I would love to have something where it is more interactive instead of just like a sit down like talk show style. Um, I don't know what's going to fit into the
yeah, for
theme
sure.
of enjoy your stay, but I'll figure that out when the time comes. So to start off the second half of the show, what does a good life look like to you?
A good life is just to, be happy. Live the way you want to live every day. And as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, then there's nothing wrong with being yourself and um just finding what you want. And as you grow, opinions change and values change. So um, there's not one certain way of living, and being happy means different things to everybody else. But just be happy, bro.
Yeah. I like that, man. I like that. It's important I think that you mentioned too, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, right? Um, just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Sick. Good answer. All right. What's something you wish you did less of?
People pleasing. Yeah. I say yes to admittedly more things that I would like to say yes to. And sometimes it's to my own expense. Uh, and I'm learning more of that this year, just from the friends I'm hanging out with that are helping me. grow my spine and
Mhm.
um oh yeah, can make me get a backbone. But yeah, saying no to things is something, or I did less of saying yes to things, you know,
Mhm.
um
Learning to
and just
say no
putting myself
more.
more, putting myself before other things more often.
Yeah, I can relate to that as far as the people pleasing. I think a lot of people, myself included, are very much people pleasers, and it's that kind of thing of, when you're on an airplane, they say put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others, right? And so
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's the same as saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. And so if you're constantly saying yes to other things that, you're giving away energy, and at a certain point, you just don't have anything left to give, and it can lead, I think, to like burnout, resentment, whether it's of yourself or of other
Yeah.
people. But dude, that's a solid answer. I really like that, and I relate to that a lot. So
Mhm.
good. All right, what's something you wish you did more of?
Honestly, I did not get my answers ready. I just read them and I was like, oh, I'll think about them. And then
No,
today came.
yeah, you're good, dude. You're good.
Um,
That's part of the whole thing.
all
Is I actually
unfiltered.
wasn't
Yeah.
even. Yeah, exactly. I wanted it raw and unedited, unpolished. At a certain point, though, I wasn't even going to send people the questions. I was just going to be like, let me just ask it on the
Yeah,
spot and throw them off. But
yeah.
I've learned from experience it doesn't always work.
Um, I guess going to the music because it's everything that I want to do right now. I want to
Mhm,
go on tour. I want to tour. I want to release more music. And I want to release a lot more videos and just like, just basically be a machine, be a machine that pumps out like,
yeah.
um, you know, not content, but like, things for people to enjoy.
Uh-huh.
Because when you say content, it's like, oh, I'm just posting brain rot. But no, I want to
Yeah.
post a lot more on my page. I want to post a lot more music and put this album out.
Mhm,
And, because after the album, be able to play them live and throw shows or play tours with like the other bands I'm in, if anything.
uh-huh.
But just more music, I guess. Just do more music. That's all. Yeah, that's all I'm living for right now.
Solid. Yeah. Well, dude, I'm excited for what's to come with Start From Zero and any other projects you might have. I'm super stoked that I've gotten to know you just today and
Yes.
over the last few weeks. So appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you reaching out, man. It's like this is actually
Hell
fun.
yeah.
Like I never think of any of these things. And it's like when someone asks me, like, what the fuck am I gonna say?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I don't think many people do. And on a side note, I've growing up and even in recent years I've had a lot of kind of events in my life where, family, friends and stuff like that had passed away, and a lot of that stuff hits home, and I think it's anytime we have any kind of brush up with death, be it firsthand or not, it does kind of make you
Yeah.
kind of stop a bit and be like, "Oh, dude, we're not here forever." Tomorrow's never promised. Um, really, the present's all we got, and so again, that was kind of how this show was born. Is I just want people to think more like, what's important to me? What are things? Because it's easy going back to your people pleasing thing, right? It's so easy to say yes to things,
Yeah.
but really, what it comes down to is, we're all going to check out one day, right? We're all going to die one day. How do we enjoy your stay? And a big
Uh-huh.
part of learning to enjoy your stay is learning how to say no to the majority. That way, the things you say yes to are like a hell yes, right? And yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's kind of what I
yes.
want.
Yes.
Sweet. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Do
dude,
not
I'm
let
glad you're
vitality
thinking of all these
rem-
things.
Mhm. Right? It's like that story that you reached out to me to. Do not let
Mm,
vitality remind you to live your life today, or
yeah, 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 yeah. Solid. All right. What is
when I
your
said that,
idea?
it's like I meant like, oh,
Oh, go
yeah.
ahead. No, 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 go over it. Go ahead. You said when you said that,
Uh,
what?
when, oh yeah, when I say that, I mean like, like vitality raised to your mortality or whatever, right?
Mm,
It's like how
yeah,
long you have
mortality.
to live.
Yeah.
yeah, and just like don't let a near death situation make you decide to change your lifestyle or and that can go for more than just like near death health wise, like but you're
Mhm.
near death like to yourself,
Yeah.
personally or emotionally, like don't let um like a life-shattering event be the reason why you decide to live now. Like do it
Mhm.
today because you just woke up today and you're alive.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's a super good way to put it is don't wait for things to happen for you to be like, I'm going to start living.
Yeah,
Because
just like
really at the end
living
looks the same
healthy.
for everyone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But like a lot of people like to like, oh, I found out I'm pre-diabetic. I need to start living healthy. Like,
Yeah.
nah, dude, like if you were living healthy before, it wouldn't get to that point. So it's the same with like whatever you want to do in your life, just
Mhm.
do it every day and yeah, just work towards it on a regular day, not just like when something bad happens.
Mhm. Yeah. No, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I do think it's one of those things where yeah, lots of times it's not until we get that, diagnosis from the
Wake up call.
doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are we don't necessarily need the wake up calls, but yeah, I want the show to be a reminder of that, of the mortality. The Stoics, they have a saying that goes memento mori, which it's a Latin
Oh, yes, yes,
saying, but it means, yeah,
yes, yes.
remember you will die. And it's exactly that, just remember
Yeah,
the end is going to come regardless of when we think of it coming. It's going to happen. If not today, it's going to happen someday. And
yeah. I think I'll get
I
that
think we
tattooed
can,
on like my collarbone.
hell yeah.
Memento
Hell yeah.
mori. Just sick, dude.
I want, I, yeah, I want a tattoo for sure. I see you have a sleeve there, but
Yeah, it
I'm
just cuts
terrified of
off like right
needles.
here.
Oh, okay. So it's got that like half, yeah. Yeah. No, but still, dude, it's
Yeah,
still
but
sick. I'm tattoo free. I got none. I want one, but I'm scared of needles.
yeah, I might do a half body. Like I'm gonna black this out. Like yeah, I'm kind of like
Sick,
a
dude.
chill guy, but like I want a lot of tattoos. Like I want to
Yeah.
cover my fucking self with ink.
Yeah. Is it one of those things where when you get more, you just want, or when you get one, you just want more?
Yeah, it's it sucks like when you're getting it and then when during the healing process is actually probably worse for me because it's just so
Mm.
annoying, like you can't scratch or stuff like that. But
Ah, okay.
it's
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
afterwards, like you look at it and then you live with it for a bit and you forget you have a tattoo until you look at yourself again. It's like, oh shit, yeah, I fucking have this tattoo and I want like
Yeah.
a nice full thing that kind of like all blends together. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, it's the artwork and like, putting things,
Mm.
like, um, how to say it? Like you're putting things out there, things that have meaning.
Mhm.
Like if somebody catches a reference or something, or sees like, people have their favorite band tattoos, like, and then somebody that knows the band, it's like maybe that band saved that person's life, and they see that you have a tattoo of it, and they're like, oh shoot, like they probably, that band saved that person's life or something like that.
Yeah, it invites community and it reminds us that we're all kind of in this together, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Sick. All right. Next question though is what is your idea of a perfect day?
Man. Yeah, when I saw that question, I was like, I don't know. I don't know what a
No
perfect day
pressure, no
is. It's
pressure.
just
A good way to look at it is if today was your last day, what would you want to do?
wow. Um, dang. I would surround myself with like my friends and family. Um,
Mhm.
I don't know what I would do, but just be in their presence and not tell them if I didn't know I was gonna die, I would just not, or if I knew I was gonna die, right? Um, I would
Mhm.
not tell them though. I would just enjoy their company as they are and not have them like
Mhm.
grieve in front of me because I wouldn't want to see them like grieving
Mm.
while I'm still present. But
Yeah.
um man, this is a crazy question. I guess um like being, I always go back to being happy, but just as
Mhm.
long as you were able to do what you wanted to do, then that's a perfect day because everybody has different things that they want to do um and value. For
Yeah.
me, I always
Mhm.
wanted to be a a dad, like to a daughter, and I always have like
Mhm.
daydreams of like, oh, you're gonna come home and to your wife and your daughter, and like they're gonna treat you, welcome home, and
Yeah.
it's like, man, when I watch movies like that, I get really
Mhm.
emotional. But
Yeah.
I think that would be like a perfect day for me. Is when that day comes, and then like it
Yeah.
just hits me
Dude,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Well, I will say, I got a couple kids myself and my daughter, she's 12, which is nuts, but yeah, when she was young, coming home from work and stuff or picking her up from daycare, it's one of the sweetest joys, of life. So, um
Yeah.
if it's in the cards, and when that time comes, I should say actually, it'll be sweet. It'll be a good experience. I'm excited for that. Yeah.
Yeah, but right
Um
now there's nothing on the table.
I'll say, well,
Um,
well, dude, you're still
I'm
young.
okay.
You know what I mean? You got
Yeah,
you got a lot of time for sure.
yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
just, I don't know if she's gonna see this, but I got out of like an 8-year relationship, and it's
Yeah.
hard for both of us. And
Yeah.
you know, 8 years is a long time, and we were supposed to get married, but that got
Yeah.
canceled, due to disagreements
Yeah. Well, I'm
and
sorry.
irreparable things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Man, I'm
no,
really
it's
sorry to
okay.
hear that.
It's
That's
just the way life is, and I guess because of this
uh,
learning experience, yeah. You want to go ahead?
no, I get that. No, dude, yeah, well, thank you for sharing that, man. It's it does get a little bit more personal and kind of under the or behind the curtain a little bit, right? But from, what how we've interacted and just getting to know you,
Yeah,
it does sound like your view on things, despite all that's happened, you got a good head on your shoulders. You want to put good out in the world, right? And
thank you.
yeah, this conversation was a real,
Yeah, that's
real good
all.
showcase of that.
Yeah, that's all I'm trying to do. Is just like, if people are to remember you of something like, you
Mhm.
showed up for others, and that's a good thing
Yeah,
to be remembered by.
yeah,
And if all this didn't happen and I didn't meet this band, I wouldn't
mhm,
be saying the words I'm saying right now or looking at things the
yeah,
way they are. So, you know, other people do keep me grounded. But yeah,
mhm,
going back to our very first like, conversation, I'm like 28, almost
mhm,
30. Um,
yeah,
but a lot of people say I'm like way wiser than my years, and
mhm,
I'm thankful for that. I'm glad people perceive me that way.
yeah, yeah. Sick. I will say too, yeah, just getting to know you, I'm 30. I'm actually going to be 31
Oh,
in about a week or so, but yeah, from just getting to know you, you don't sound 28, maybe I'm just immature to where I'm not really 31 kind of thing. I don't know if that balances out, but
yeah.
getting to know you, dude, you gotta, like I said, you got a good head on your shoulders, and I'm not just trying to blow smoke up your butt, I mean it,
Thank you, thank you.
right? You'd mentioned earlier, in this conversation, but also off camera, as in the music scene, just kind of really being there for wherever and just really trying to help the culture, you'd said. And it goes back to that saying that I said of rising tide raises all ships, and it sounds like you have a real like abundance like
Mhm.
mindset of like, it's not how much can I take, it's more of like, let me just give, and down the line this is going to pay off and I'm going to be able to reap what I sow.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I think this year has been the year for me, that it's been doing that.
Mhm.
Um, you know, a lot of people know me as, somebody that helps out, and then now that I'm kind of teasing some of my music, on my page, the same people that I supported are like giving me a lot of support back. Um,
Yeah.
and just not, it's for me, I'm in a position like for like in terms of like the live sound stuff. I'm in a
Mhm.
position where I can afford to like buy all the speakers that I want and throw help throw the shows and
Mhm.
where I can, I'm willing. And
Mhm.
if I have the means to, why not help, right? Um,
Yeah.
because living on Guam is kind of hard. It's kind of expensive, dude.
Oh yeah.
And people are just trying to get by and like, but shows are a way for all of us to like, escape and just be
Mhm.
ourselves and express ourselves. So, that's why I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Like,
You know,
yeah, just I don't think there's
it's
anybody else on on Guam that's kind of like willing to
yeah.
do that. Besides
Just
the
do
guys that I
everything.
already work with, like you
Yeah.
know, RJ, or Zach Kanato,
Mhm.
or RJ Barcinas. These are kind of the guys I see in the trenches for like local shows.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. You know, it's funny too. You mentioned in the beginning, when you first got into music, it was Panic, right? A Fever You Can't Sweat Out. But more so their live performance in Denver.
Yes, yes,
And you mentioned,
yeah,
what we talked about with the music stuff. It's like you kind of use it as a way to sort of escape in a sense, or deal with like girl problems or just problems in general. Um, I think it's cool because it sounds like it's really coming
yeah,
full circle for you, where what Panic and all these bands gave to you, right? Of being a big music fan, you're now starting to give to people, right? You're able to actually provide a place for
yeah,
them to
yeah,
go and just listen to good music, watch you throw ass, right? And I hope I used it right again, but
yeah.
just
No, dude. Oh,
yeah,
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 no.
just allow people to just sort of escape sort of the mundane, of every day, and just have a good ass time. So it's cool that it's all really
Yeah,
coming full circle.
for sure.
Yeah. All right, man.
Yeah,
So we
for
talked a little
sure,
bit about
dudes.
the end. We talked a little
Agree.
bit about, if you knew you were gonna die, you would want people to know. Speaking of, what would be your famous last words?
Ooh, I think it's what I said on Instagram. I should, or I don't know because I try to speak more poetically lately, but
Yeah.
maybe something more sincere instead of something that sounds good,
Mhm.
you know?
Well, what would it be?
Um,
What would it be? It wouldn't be
but yeah,
I,
it was
I
that.
hope I threw ass.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, remember me for throwing ass, dude. Yeah, remember me for that.
Yeah.
Um, no, but that thing I said, like, don't let vitality remind you to live life. And,
Mhm.
ever since I lost my right eye, my life changed and, I
Yeah.
can't do a lot of the things that I used to do. And it's like kind of like a old part of me is dead and I wish he did more with what he had.
Mhm.
And sorry, I gotta pee. Like, I'm just gonna
Oh,
be
no,
back
you're
in
good,
like
dude.
one
Yeah,
minute.
you're all good. I can edit this out. You're totally fine, bro. Go for it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
No, just
yeah,
leave it
yeah.
in,
Alrighty.
but just like boom, I'm back like that. Yeah,
Just
one
dude,
sec.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Alrighty.
Boom,
We were
like that.
back. We were back. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Boom. All right. Um, okay. So we got famous last words. What do you want to do before you die?
Ooh. I guess play to like a huge crowd, like 2,000
Mhm.
people or some shit like that. Some crazy number. No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. That's kind of like, after that, what happens, right?
Ah,
No,
go for it, dude.
have a family, dude.
Manifest it. Manifest it.
That'd be cool, right? It's a
Yeah.
hobby and um
Mhm.
no, no, I do want to do that, but it's like I think of like, okay, what after that,
Mhm.
you're just gonna be like the one what's it called the one hit wonder, like
Mhm.
yeah, you're just gonna talk about that the rest of your life. No, I'm just kidding. No, have a family and like see if my family have a family and yeah, like just have a legacy go on. We're humans, bro. We're
Yeah.
natural creatures and we have,
Mhm.
natural creature goals.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. How many kids do you want to have?
Maybe two,
Two?
three, maybe
Would it
three.
be?
Honestly, three is a good
Yeah,
number because I grew
yeah.
up with my older brother and my twin brother. So
Mm,
it's like,
hmm.
three was kind of a good dynamic. And then my little sister came into picture when we were like, I think 10. But,
Okay.
um, I love my little sister to death, but it's just,
Hmm.
I was already almost developed by the time um, she became like old enough for us to connect.
Mm,
But yeah,
hmm.
man, me and my brothers would play like Halo split screen, all of us together. And,
Hmm.
those are like core memories. Even just one sibling, I would just think of it like having my kid have a sibling just for like them to experience what I experienced. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like somebody to play split screen with, I think is probably the biggest bonding thing you can do. They're not gonna have a phone, they're not gonna have an
Hmm.
iPad, they're gonna have
Yeah.
an Xbox 360 with Halo 2,
Hell yeah, dude.
or
That's a
Halo
really good.
HD.
Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it, though. Somebody to play split screen with, right?
Yeah, dude, it's because that's what I grew up with,
Hmm.
My brothers, um, we were close as we are because we got to play like cool video games together, and we still talk about those games today.
Yeah.
Anything Xbox, like Gears of War or Halo. Halo's probably the
Sick.
biggest thing.
The big
Rock
one. Yeah,
Band,
yeah,
or like
yeah.
we whenever we couldn't afford all the coolest games or the most games, so whenever we would buy a game, we would look at the back of the thing in GameStop and it says 1 to 2 player co-op, and then that's kind of like what
That
helped
was
us
your
decide what
jam.
to buy it because we can play it in the same time together. And
Yeah.
yeah, because when we played
That's
Fallout 3, that one took a while. Like, I want to play, it's my turn. And we gotta
yeah.
load our
It's hard
own
to share
game.
when
Yeah,
there's more than one, right? So I get that. Yeah. Solid.
yeah.
Well, dude, that's those are some really cool things. You mentioned, playing a show of like for at least like 2000 people. Is there like any specific show or festival or tour you'd want to play?
Um, Man, every kid, every metalcore kid wants to like be on Warped Tour and shit like that.
Yep.
And Warped
Yeah,
Tours,
yeah.
I think it just happened last week, or
Something
is
like
it
that.
this week?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, it just
It's
happened,
if it
man. Like,
didn't happen, it's coming up. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, something like that. Like I'm wearing Vans right now, right? Vans
Hell yeah,
Warped
dude.
Tour. Um,
Sick.
when we were young, something super insane like that, dude. Like, it would be
Hmm.
cool. Like the band, who wrote that song? Uh, not Turnstile. Who wrote that song? They're a hardcore band. They wrote a song with Poppy. Never mind. Never mind. I can't even name the band, so I'm not even gonna say the story. So
It's all good.
yeah,
No, you're good. You're good. Well,
but
yeah, Warp Tour would be a good one. I think you said When We Were Young, Fast Right was another one.
yeah, something like that, dude. Like that's something
Yeah.
insane. That would be like such a bucket list thing to do.
Hell yeah,
Um,
dude. Well, I can already see on the flyer of the list of bands playing, I can already see, Start From Zero there. That's such a Warp Tour name, too. You know what
Fitting
I mean?
name. Yeah, dude.
Hell
All
yeah,
of us
dude.
pull inspiration from like early 2000s, so we're stuck in that era, dude. I think we're the child dogs.
Sick.
Like, Vans are
Yeah.
now the Unk shoes, and like New Balances are the style. The polarity has shifted, and
Yeah.
no,
Well,
we're
dude,
yeah, the emo kids are turning 30. We're all elder emos, and
yeah. And it
you
was,
know,
I mentioned this to Geo, but, it really isn't a phase. Yeah, I mean, it's a lifestyle.
yeah, dude,
So,
it is not. And
yeah.
that's in my bio. It's not a phase. It's not a phase.
It's out of phase.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, man. Well, those are really great things. I think honestly, man, both going on tour, even Warp Tour or When We Were Young Fest, like I think those are attainable for sure, man. And then having a family, starting a
Yeah,
family, I think is also another really good, solid goal.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, man.
Um,
It's just
last
living life.
last question though, for this whole thing, just to kind of wrap it up. Um, you kind of alluded to this earlier, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, but how do you want to be remembered?
Ooh. Yeah. What did I say?
You mentioned when I asked you about like your kind of last day, like you want to be remembered as like somebody who was giving and all that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. Just like um just being remembered as like a kind person because you know, I don't think all of us are gonna live forever, and I think that's a good reason why to like do things that people can like look back on. Maybe this podcast, like people in 100 years or like 200 years are gonna find this podcast and like, oh, this is like some context of like how people back then lived, right?
Hmm.
And then even music, like there's artists that are like long dead, like a long
Uh,
time, and people still listen to their music. And what if people listen
yeah.
to my music like when I'm gone and everybody that remembers me is gone? Because life keeps going, and uh, I'm not gonna be here forever, and then the people that remember me aren't gonna be here forever. But
Uh-huh.
you have something that is kind of like time capsule, or uh
Yeah. So this is legacy
some
you're leaving
something to look
behind.
back on. Yeah, like a legacy. So it's also a good reason to like write and record or paint. Like if you're an artist, to go paint that picture. If you're a photographer, take that photo. Um,
Yeah.
and then if you host a podcast, like interview that person and maybe interview yourself too. Um, just because
Yeah.
it is a legacy. Like there's things that you make and create. Like I think that's what it is.
Mhm.
I want to be remembered as a creator,
Mhm.
as an artist, and
Yeah.
you know, um, sticking true to myself, as
Yeah. Dude,
stay
that's
comfortable with
a
my tastes.
yeah. Well, dude, I really appreciate all of it. I appreciate those answers. Very relatable, at least personally, from the people pleasing to just wanting to create stuff, right? The stories you've shared, music, your time in the military, all of that stuff. Such great stories, man. I so appreciate it. I do want to say though, we could wrap things up though, and I want to say, Jeremy, man, I really hope you've enjoyed your stay. Thank you for coming on the show. It's been a real blast.
Yeah, this has been a great stay.
Solid, man. I'm glad you had a good time. I had a great
Sorry, can you
time.
say that last thing one more
Oh, no, I was just saying, I appreciate you coming on the show, and I really hope you've enjoyed your stay.
time? Yeah, I really did enjoy my stay here, and you guys need to catch this podcast, catch the next
Uh-huh.
episode of whoever Joe's planning on interviewing. Right.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
oh, let me do an outro. Hey guys,
yeah.
I'm Jeremy, and this has been Enjoy Your Stay. I've enjoyed my stay.
There we go. Dude, sick. I'm
Yeah.
gonna clip that, and that's gonna be a whole promo thing. I appreciate that, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
It's like,
Dude.
dude, man, this is my first interview, and I'm thinking, I
Hell
think
yeah. And
it's pretty
you're gonna
natural, dude.
be hell yeah, dude. You know how on like the radio, like Power 98 or whatever, they'd have like the little like you're listening to, hey, this is so and so. You're going to be the voice for the
Yeah,
outro.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, or the even the intro, maybe I don't know, but it'll be yours, dude. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
if you're down for it, I was telling my wife too. I was like, yeah, I'm a big fan of Jeremy. Just the short time I've gotten to know him, and I think it'd be really sick if this is me officially asking you, but it'd be really sick if you did almost like a theme song for the podcast. That'd be super awesome.
Oh, sick. Yeah, let me know what kind of style, or give me a reference song, and
Hell yeah,
I can
dude.
whip one up, dude.
Hell yeah, there we go. Well, with the show now, I got the little. My wife did the artwork, and I got a little Hendrix up here. Now that I have a little bit of stuff in the back, it'd be nice to have a cool like intro, outro
Yeah,
music,
dude.
and then again, you saying, "Hey, this is Jeremy," kind of thing. That'd be sick. So,
Sick, sick. Yeah,
all
dude.
right,
No,
man.
this was
Well,
super fun, like super eye-opening,
yeah,
thought-provoking, and you know, I, I,
I'm glad.
I never talked about my feelings to anyone, like, until I started hanging out with my friends before, and
Mhm.
I've gotten a lot better at it within just the past 2 months. Because
Yeah.
yeah, my
Well,
family, we never talk about feelings.
I can relate for sure. It's you just kind of truck on and you don't talk about it. You just barely feel it. So I get that. But
Yeah.
dude, it's been a real pleasure. Like I said, thank you for coming on the show. We'll kind of
You
bring
too,
it in
brother.
from here. All right, man. Well,
All
everybody,
right.
thank you
Sounds
guys
good.
for tuning in. Jeremy, Joe, we are signing off. Everybody take care.